Good evening and thank you for joining us on Daily Politics. On this platform, we dissect issues around politics, policy and governance. I am Hamza Idris. Compliments of the season. This is the first Salah celebration in many decades Nigerians observed without enjoying fuel subsidy. And the event came amidst the high cost of living, with the inflation rate rising above 31%. Although the value of the naira has been steadily increasing, however, prices of food commodities in the market are yet to increase to reflect the current naira to dollar exchange rate. The Central Bank of Nigeria recently rolled out plans to sell $10,000 to each bureau de change operator at $1,101 to a dollar. It also directed the operators to sell at a spread of not more than 1.5% above the CBN rate. But the big question is, why are prices of commodities not responding to the appreciation of the naira? Tonight on Daily Politics, we seek to find an answer to this very intriguing question that filled up the minds of fellow Nigerians. And we have an economic analyst in the studio, as usual, Jamilu Muhammed, here to help us actually dissect this matter. And you are welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Good evening,
yes. And compliments of the season. Barka da Sallah.
Thank you. Barka da Sallah.
Exactly. And also, you can have the opportunity to contribute to the conversation via a dedicated phone number. But that will be a little later as the program unfolds. To set about really, let's start with some tidbits. Initially, for Tuesday and Wednesday, the federal government elongated the Eid public holiday to Thursday, prompting further extension in certain states to encompass the entire week. Amid this elongated break, Trust TV's Ibrahim Ismail samples the opinion of Nigerians with concern about productivity stagnation as citizens weigh the advantages and disadvantages of public holidays.
Federal civil servants are currently enjoying a 3-day respite for the 2024 Eid al-Fitr, while counterparts in select states will have an extended 4-day recess. Yet, dissenting voices raise concerns about the impact of this extended inactivity on the nation's productivity. Already, business operators and citizens in Nigeria's capital, Abuja, are decrying the impact of the long break on their livelihood.
If you go to the market now, you see the market is less busy because most people on the selling on the market are Muslim outside. So if you go to the market now, you don't see people. The market is not busy. So transactions are not going as well as they are supposed to be because of the extension of the Salah holiday. So to me, I think it's too much. 4 days is too much. And it's already weekend already. So it's like the whole week is gone for the Salah until next week now. So that's what I can say for the Salah holiday.
As some business operators worry over dwindling customer turnout and patronage during holidays, some have expressed apprehension over accessing essential banking services for seamless operations. Financial institutions' suspension of over-the-counter services on holidays compounds their concerns.
The holiday that I thought that it's very necessary to have holiday, sure, but the extent will affect many things. Maybe to go to bank, transaction of money, maybe somebody wants to send you money, through all those things may affect one thing and the other. But at least for the economic of the country today, you should have at least a little holiday. If the holiday be extended, we will not have enough cash to give us, and bank is not working. It may affect something and economic in the country in the process of now.
On the flip side, vendors at recreational centers in Abuja say business is booming as they record more sales during the holiday, thanks to the recent extension.
No, say people cannot be able to come markets when it's working day, but holiday day, everybody can go anywhere and visiting people and do other things, and things are going well for us. Like customers are increasing.
Critics have urged the Nigerian government to trim the number of public holidays, drawing parallels with developed nations where civil servants work through holidays to bolster productivity and service efficacy. Ibrahim Ismail, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And elsewhere, a federal high court in Lagos has sentenced cross-dresser Idris Okune, better known as Bobrisky, to 6 months in jail with no option of a fine. Justice Abibola Awogboro jailed Bobrisky, who has been in detention since his arrest last week over abuse of the local currency, the naira. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission had arraigned him on a 6-count charge. He pleaded guilty to the naira abuse and prayed for mercy as a first-time offender. Yes, once again, Mala Jamilu, you saw our 2 tidbits. Let's start with the first one. Is it really 3 days or 1 week break for Nigeria?
Well, officially it's 3 days.
Okay,
but
that is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
And Thursday.
But remember, some people went home, Friday last week.
Of course.
So, and maybe they said, okay, they will do abracadabra, not to come back on Monday.
Until maybe around weekend. Some will come back around weekend to resume Monday. Some may not even resume Monday, and so on and so forth.
So some will enjoy like 10 days of break.
Something like that. Okay,
our reporter who went around, he actually pegged the story around productivity. Is it worth it to have an elongated holiday?
I don't think the issue of productivity here is really an issue.
Okay.
Yes, because you look at the kind of economy you have. That's how you define it. If you have a very formal government, more government economy, then it will affect it. You see, in big economies, what you have is you have what they call small government, big people. What it means by small government is only a regulator of the economy.
Okay, that is in advanced society.
In advanced societies, the actual economy is in the people. And as one of the respondents answered, he said, this is their own time. And that is how it is supposed to be, that the economy should be run by the people.
By private sector.
The economy should be private sector driven, not government, not public sector driven. The public sector should be something like 25-30%, and 70% should go to the
But if you are talking about
private sector,
all banks, they complied. You
see, today our technology has taken us a lot. If you are talking about 20-30 years ago, yes, I would agree with you. But today, I think even when the banks are there only to solve certain issues, certain
technical issues, or high-profile transfers
and so on and so forth. So you'll find out that most of the economy is run outside
and you can do transaction worth hundreds of millions,
of course,
from your, depending on how you are in the threshold with your bank, I think,
exactly.
And then maybe EFCC, because they also have a threshold as to the amount you can.
The issues of money laundering and so on and so forth, yes. So, but by and large, I think, you see, in even advanced countries, what we now have is the issue of bank working hours. Not bank, sorry, public service working hours. That's what we have. And in Nigeria, I've always argued that the Nigerian worker is averagely overworked, so to say.
If he's doing something.
If he's doing something, yes.
Because there are some who are working really.
The number of hours allocated, that's what I'm talking about.
It's on the high side.
It's on the high side.
From 8 to 5.
8 to 5.
Then what about some of us journalists who work 24 hours?
Yes, of course. But are you being paid per hour? That's the issue. You see, the issue of remuneration, the issue of income generation by hour, I think that is very fundamental. The average Nigerian worker is grossly underpaid.
Okay.
Grossly underpaid.
So now, in Nigerian context, people who are having, because if you have seen the verbal war, on social media,
yes,
many people are just ranting. Why will you give break on Tuesday? Then simply because the moon was not sighted, you now say, okay, you have extended to Thursday. Then some governors said, okay, remain at home Friday, meaning that Saturday, Sunday until Monday. And initially, those who went on break on Friday last week,
yes,
they had Saturday, they had Sunday, meaning roughly 9 days.
I agree. I quite agree with those who argue like that the public holidays are getting too much. On that aspect, I agree. But to align it with actual productivity. That's where I'm having a problem.
Okay.
In terms of issues of, say, discipline, I think we have erred in that respect. Saying you give 2 days, then you extend again. Meanwhile, we have had another how many days?
Because some people had, as we said earlier, and based on the findings,
yes,
many people normally go to work on Monday, and then when they realize that most likely Eid al-Fitr will be on Tuesday, they now spoke to their colleagues.
Of course, they will come back.
Say, okay, please, can you cover for me? Next holiday, I will also cover for you.
But do you know that we do not have the statistics of this particular issue? Because after the removal of fuel subsidy, there are certain offices, even government offices, who have actually cut down the number of...
Yeah, you go to work 2 times.
2 times a week.
Exactly.
So I think that we do not have the statistics.
Okay,
So
briefly, before we move to the subject of the day, this Bobrisky, I don't know whether you follow social media.
I have followed up the...
Maybe it is because of the break, but it's the most trending story, today, that he has been sent to prison for 6 months without option of fine. In some places before, in the one they were going, they will sentence her. But, when the judge asks, okay, are you a man or a woman? He said, I'm a man. So
well, I think that was the agreement he reached with the prosecutors.
Okay.
Because the prosecution, in the first instance, argued that they were prosecuting a man named Idris.
Not Bobrisky.
Not Bobrisky.
Oh.
So I think that was an agreement reached, or there was a kind of understanding that if they were going to prosecute her or prosecute somebody they don't even know, then the law will not accept that.
And in Nigeria, there is a law that actually frowns against this issue of
transgender and so on and so forth.
Not directly on the transgender, but I think about same-sex marriage, relationship, and all that. And for the benefit of our readers, this is Dandaudu, right? In northern Palace.
In the northern part of Nigeria, we call them Dandaudu.
Yeah,
and we know our laws frowns at that kind of...
So what is the message? Or is it really about the naira, or maybe the judge wanted to really pass strong message?
Exactly. This is the question that is on the lips of every Nigerian.
Yes.
That is his prosecution, that of his transgender issue,
or mutilation
mutilation of the naira.
Yes.
Well, the law says, or the court has said that it is about the mutilation of the naira. Behind the scene, there may be other things which we don't know. These are all
But there is a likelihood when he comes out after 6 months, maybe he will change the name, no longer Bobrisky or something
maybe
like that.
We don't know. I think the issue is getting out of hand, actually. I think the Nigerian government has to come out strongly. I've seen, even in the advanced countries, I've seen in America, I've seen Trump coming out to say that he does not support this transgender thing, that if he comes into power, he would actually bring a law that will define citizens of the United States as recognized males and females.
There is nothing like LGBT or whatever.
Recognized males and females, he said, defined at birth.
Okay.
That was what he
so
said.
Anything after that,
anything after birth,
you will be dealt with by. I was also surprised, when I went to Russia earlier in the year. Yes, the way the enforcer of these laws is really monumental.
They have understood how
it has damaged the fabric.
The fabric of so many societies.
Very sad.
So I think they are trying to protect their society.
All right, that is it. Now back to the Jamilu. Before we open the line, maybe a word or two. Why are goods and services refused to come down when the naira? I think the naira nearly 2,000.
Yes,
2,000 to $1 at a certain time.
At a certain
but now it's 1,200, right? 1,250.
Yes.
Why are goods and services not coming down?
You see, for a very long time in this country, we reached the peak of our monetary policy issues. Monetary policies, monetary issues are no more working.
I don't understand. Maybe you.
Okay, it is not the issue of demand and supply.
Oh, that is determining.
That is determining
economic activity.
The economic activities in this country for a long time. You remember, I've always said it in this studio that the central bank will come out and say, okay, we have increased the lending rate and so on and so forth. But the economy will not respond. Why? Because redundant. We have reached the limit of our monetary policy issues. Our problems are not monetary policies, monetary issues. Our problems are fiscal. And unfortunately, the government has, I don't know if the government has actually realized that the monetary tinkering of the economy is not working. So we have to come back to the physical. When this present government of His Excellency President Tinubu came, I thought they have understood that issue after he started looking at the fabrics of our taxes. That is trying to focus on the fiscal aspect of the economy. Now, going further, now the taxes started becoming hell. VAT, and then you slam some other new taxes, increase certain taxes. I think that is too much on the economy. Despite the fact that the issue is fiscal, you have to attend to the issues of fiscal. You are not only attending to the issues of taxes, you should also attend to the issues of budget deficit, borrowing, you know, and so on. So, but the government seems to be more focused on the issues of taxes, and that is stagnating or even bringing down businesses. So, but the whole thing is, since our issue is not monetary, it is physical.
And fiscal is vested maybe in the Ministry of Finance or something like that?
Yes, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of coordinating Ministry of the Economy, Trade and Investment, and so on. Now, these are the issues. That reminds me, the fact that some 3-4 weeks ago, I think, the coordinating Minister of the Economy and the Minister of Trade and Investment actually went to Kaduna to launch a certain steel making plant.
Yes.
I think by an Indian company. This is one aspect of it, but that is still too little. That is where we are supposed to focus. Most of us, unfortunately for us, the Nigerian economy is actually being designed and handled by financial experts.
Okay.
Not economic experts.
So we need economic experts.
We need economic experts.
Okay, thank you, Jamilu.
I think that is another issue there.
Then, viewers, now is the right time for you to lend your voice to the conversation through the phone number displayed on your screen. But remember to be precise and avoid foul language. And the topic of discussion is the dollar has come down, naira has appreciated, but cost of living is still on the high side. Up to now, we didn't hear anything coming down. Why? Is it the fault of Nigerians that they don't want to actually, bring down the prices? Over to you as we expect your call. Now, Jamilu, yes, as I said, is it that people, because when you go to certain shops, they will tell you that this is an old stock. So, and even something that has nothing to do with the dollar, somebody will now attribute his inability to bring down the price to the dollar. The woman selling the dawa in the market, she will tell you dollar.
You see,
the meat seller will tell you dollar. Rice will tell you dollar.
They depend on certain exported goods.
Even the dawa?
Yes.
Like how?
Wait, you see, if I am a producer,
yes,
I produce A, B, C, D. Possibly, I don't know if it is for export or even for local consumption and so on and so forth. But if I come to consume, I will consume DEF. Amongst the DEF I'm consuming, most of the DEF are imported. I have to support myself.
All right.
Good. You see, our balance. If you look at our indices, our per capita export in the last 2 years or so has been around $324 per capita. But our per capita export is 309. It's going to 310.
Okay. So
that is a bad scenario.
Okay, now we'll take our first caller of the day, Lawal Bichi from Kano State. Lawal, welcome to the program.
Malam, thank you very much. On the previous weeks, I tried to call you, but the network isn't allowed me to call you.
Yeah.
But now I'm lucky that I call you now.
Yes, you are lucky, and welcome to the program. Yes, we are talking about why goods and services refuse to come down when the dollar is actually depreciating and the naira is appreciating.
What I'm seeing here is that is the nature of us Nigerians.
Okay.
Even when the price is going high, you see Nigerians are not ready to cooperate with the government.
Okay.
You see, sometimes, if the dollar is going high, you see, Nigerians are not ready to, are now taking the price high. When the dollar is going low as now, the Nigerians not even to reduce the prices of the commodities.
So what do you think should be done now? Yes, what do you think should be done, Lawal?
You see, if you take it, for example, in that Ramadan that we are now end, it just soon end now. The prices are going high. And now the Ramadan is now finished and the Salah is now finished. That the price is not going down. So this is the nature of we in Nigeria. That is why the leaders are coming from us. We are producing the leaders. This is the nature of Nigerians.
All right. Thank you very much, Lawal.
Yes. Thank you very much.
All right. Jamilu.
Thank you very much.
Yes. I think Lawal, he lives in Bichi most likely, or inside Kano. You know, Bichi and Kano is just one and the same place. It's attitudinal. Because how can fruit seller, somebody who is selling oranges or banana, will not, allow the price to come down?
He will still have to go and buy toothpaste, imported toothpaste. That's the problem. So you see, the issue. We are not looking at the broader picture.
Okay.
We look at small bits of the picture. You cannot. You have an economy that has very low competitiveness. Very low competition. The competition is very low. If competition is high, you don't need government to come and tell you that bring down your price.
And we have seen that in the aviation, for instance, when AirPeace launched.
Exactly.
They are not advertising for anybody, but you can see the price war now.
The price war between them.
Yes, they are even charging less than
that. But let me tell you, they will charge less because of the competitiveness, not because even if they charge less, they are going to get any profit. It will only be for a limited time in order to stabilize the market. That's how markets work.
Push somebody out.
That is the stabilization of the market.
Competition.
Of course, competition.
You push the one who cannot compete very well.
And you try to raise the standards. That's competition. When now AirPeace would have to raise its own standards. Look at 1, 2 things possibly the other airlines are not doing. Say, okay, let me introduce this into my own portfolio. This airline will say, let me introduce this portfolio, trying to call the customers and so on and so forth. This one will cut price here, this one. This is competition.
Then how can we compete now at local markets? When you go to Wuse, because this is what bothers ordinary Nigeria. Everyone was crying that it was the dollar. Now the dollar has come down.
Let me give you a typical example.
Okay.
I challenge anybody in Nigeria today to come to bring me locally produced rice. Locally produced rice to the final stage that is 100% dehusked and 100% destoned. You don't have it.
How do you mean? You are talking about maybe
the quality.
The quality.
I'm talking about the quality. If you see a rice that is 100% dehusked, 100% destoned, it is imported. So the Nigerian system is not creating that competition. You go and import rice from Thailand, and the rice will be cheaper than the rice we produce in Nigeria.
Okay, we have another caller from Benue State in the person of Jude. Welcome to the program, Jude. Okay, can you reduce the volume of your set, Jude?
Hello.
Yes, Jude, welcome. How are you?
Fine.
Yes. So, okay, go ahead, Jude.
I thank God.
Yes. The topic
My
is...
contribution tonight is this.
Okay.
You no need to blame the people on the street. You need to blame the government if the fuel price come down. And if you look at it, if the market people complaining about moving the market to market now, the rate, the prices, how you will talk about the diesel and petrol. All this one is contribute on this matter. Okay. You understand me now?
Yes.
And let us be sincere with ourselves. You don't need to blame the market people. And let us see it, how they will carry their road from Lagos and also from Kano to Kogi State. If they tell you about the cost of the moving the items, you will surprise. How they will going to say? You understand me?
Yes.
I'm not. I can't blame anybody. If we want to blame anybody, we need to blame ourselves, our reader. Oh. Let them bring in something down. You know, all this issue is not the dollar. Let me tell you the truth. If the fuel and the diesel, the most important thing is diesel. If the diesel comes down today, you see. The fruit items, the food items, everything will come down because we are dealing with trailer.
All right.
And waiting that trailer, the trailer is the one that are carrying all our food. Go north, go west, east, all this. Let us be sincere with ourselves. If we want this country to be good, and we have something to do, and government has something to do, to look onto.
Thank you very much, George.
My brother.
Yes, it's like, if I understand him, the role of the dollar is really limited. If government will crash the cost of diesel, cost of petrol,
I agree.
Meaning that transport costs will come down, so naturally, cost of goods
will naturally
also respond. Do you agree with him?
To some extent, I agree with him. But where I actually differ with him is, how should the government bring down the prices of energy? Unfortunately, it is. How should the government reintroduce subsidy in diesel? Is that what we are saying? Or how would the government bring down the... It is the true reflection of the price of diesel that we are dealing with now. And that has been even before the removal of petroleum subsidy. Remember, diesel has been deregularized much longer than petroleum. But when petroleum deregulation came up, the prices shot higher again. So how should the government reduce or crash the prices of energy when the government itself is even trying to recklessly, let me say this, recklessly even increase more prices, give more prices to energy consumption. Look at the electricity.
Another serious matter. Yes, we have a caller from Kogi State in the person of Bello. Welcome to the program, Bello.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. So what is your take? Why are prices of commodities not coming down when the dollar is depreciating in court and naira appreciating?
So, truly the problem of the dollar falling and the price goods are not coming down is just only three things.
Okay.
One, diesel.
Okay.
Two, fuel. Then three, tax.
What is the third one? Taxes. Okay.
That's three. Fourth one is diesel. Second one is fuel. Third one is the tax. The tax is very high.
Okay. So what do you think government should do now? Because the guest that we have in the studio, he said, how can government now, because diesel was deregulated long before removal of fuel subsidy.
Yes, they should bring it down the diesel price.
Is it that, are you subscribing that government should now reintroduce subsidy?
Yeah, they should bring down diesel price, because for you to even transport load from Abuja to Kogi here, they will tell you 400 and something thousand, 500 and something thousand.
All right.
Don't understand me.
Yes.
Before you now say you now check, you put the interest, put everything. In fact, the price of the goods will be very, very high.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Bello.
The rate of the tax
All right, taxes. They should also reduce taxes.
Yes, aviation, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We have to have you some other time. Jamilu, why is it difficult to reduce the pump price of diesel? Is it that the Dangote is here? I read it somewhere that maybe it's going to bring it down to 1,002.
We
but
hope
people
so.
are also calling that it should come to 800 or 700. That is diesel.
Look, with good competition, these fossil fuel energies would come down to around 200 even.
It can come down.
Of course, it can come down.
Assuming Kaduna will come, Port Harcourt will come,
and
the
then
modular
there should
refineries.
also be competition, energy competition. There we have alternative energy. We have Nigeria is not on the map of energy transition today. This is one big problem. We have to find ourselves on the map of global energy transition. People are transiting from fossil fuel to renewable energy
But Jamilu,
sources.
you know that for 60 or more years, we have not gotten the fossil fuel right. Anyway, we have Austin from River State. Welcome to the program, Austin.
Hello?
Yes, hello. You are welcome.
Austin is calling.
Yes, you are welcome, Austin, and of course from Rivers. What are your thoughts? Yes. Why are prices of goods not coming down?
Is this.
Okay.
My contribution is government should look into the problem we're having on our highways, our roads.
Okay.
Unlike settlements, police settlements, fuel costly, diesel, and so on and so forth. From north down to east here, you need over 50 to 100 checking points. And those police are collecting money from the transporters. So at the end of the day, things continue going on. We are not doing everything with the dollar.
All right. Thank you very much, Austin.
Yeah.
Jamilu, something unique. You see, Jode spoke about fuel and diesel. Bello also spoke about diesel, fuel. Austin also diesel, and then petrol. But he added another problem. So many checkpoints: police, military, livestock.
Let us just put them together and say corruption.
In all of this, corruption is...
Yes, because which outpost, which roadblock has been mandated to collect any tax on product tax, trade tax, blah, 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 blah.
Official and non-official?
Official. No, official who has mandated, these checkpoints to be collecting money. Nobody.
Well, but you see, even local government areas now,
yes.
Apart from the fact that they were forced to now collapse the various taxes collectible by local government areas.
Multiple taxation.
Yes.
Government has
if you pay, for instance, in Abuja, you pay in Al-Kaleri, when you come to Bauchi or Toro, or you cross to Jos North or Jos South or Riom.
In that respect,
coming down to Kachia in Kaduna, you don't need to pay.
Government has failed to define its own taxes. You see, you have property tax, then you have transaction tax, you have consumption tax. So these are the places where government is supposed to define its tax. If I pay property tax normally is annually. On certain commodities, on certain products, you should only pay the product tax. Why should you go and pay consumption tax, trade tax, and so on and so forth? Why?
All right, multiple taxes, and we have another caller from Benue State in the person of Samson. Welcome to the program, Samson.
Thank you, God bless.
Yes, we're happy having you. And what are your thoughts? What are the solutions to the problem?
All right, I think the solution of the problem has to come from the government.
Okay.
Has to come from the government.
How?
Because, one of the major challenges we are having now is the cost of acquiring petroleum products. Because there is no way product can move from one place to another without the application of those products that we're talking about. Vehicles and whatever are expected to be. Those things are very high. They are very expensive.
All right.
So there is no way, even if the dollar
the whatever the dollar in exchange of naira reduces is indirectly not affecting us from our daily business activities.
Yes.
So we need the assistance of government to work on those. Although we are not saying that the subsidy must be returned. That's not what you are saying. But if there are ways the price of those things can be a little bit reduced, it really helps us. Because we believe that in trying to work on those things is a doctrine, whatever. That is a controllable factor that government can handle.
Okay.
So that is my own contribution.
Thank you very much, Samson, for your contribution to this important topic. Now, Jamilu, I'm trying to really understand whether there is a nexus between dollar and the problems ordinary Nigerians are facing. Because you can see those who are bearing the brunt, all of them, they said, is strictly a domestic problem.
It is a domestic
problem. So then the reduction in the price of the dollar, can we say it's actually a fake intervention?
You see, people are even, some pundits are afraid that the government is using our own foreign reserve to defend the naira, which is adding another problem. You go and withdraw $4 billion from our foreign reserve to come and defend the naira, and it will only be for 2 months, 3 months. The price of the dollar will come down to, say, 900, and then our foreign reserve is depleted. That will also, internationally, shoot up or depreciate our naira. So we are still creating a future problem. Pundits are actually afraid that this is what government is doing. Because right now we don't know the magic government
that is playing out.
The magic government is using to bring down the price of... Has our export portfolio increased? It has not.
A big question. Okay, let's answer Ruben, also from Benue. It's like many of our callers are from Benue. Ruben, welcome to the program.
Good evening. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah. How are you? And then let's have your thoughts on why prices of goods and services refuse to come down, despite the fact that dollar has depreciated in court while naira has appreciated in value.
Okay, thank you very much for the program.
Yes.
The truth of the matter is the money the people selling invested in their businesses worth considering.
Okay.
They buy at the time that the prices were high. Now that the dollar is depreciating, if they have to reduce the prices, it will affect their investment. At least what they have in stock will follow the prices they bought it with before. So what we have to do now is to wait and see the next turnover. That is my first point.
Okay.
The second point has already been mentioned by other people. The pump price and the taxes on the road. That is a problem. If these two basic things are looked into, especially the prices of the gas and fuel by the government, it will at least help the populace.
All right.
But at least now that the dollar has reduced, the first stock that the marketers have, at least they will try to get back their money before the second one. So let's wait and see how it will progress.
Right.
Thank you. That is good.
Thank you, Ruben. Yes, you had Ruben. Now, what do you think government must do realistically? Because from all indication, the correlation is very narrow between what is on ground in the informal sector and what is happening in high places. People who want to travel outside and all that.
Three things. Number one, income inequality or low income for the typical Nigerian worker. I think government have always spoken about wages and salaries.
Yes.
The government must go and look at the issue of this minimum wage, Nigerians are still collecting too little.
But how many are collecting salary, Jamilu?
Do you know the reason? If you have, that's why I mentioned the issue of income inequality. Yeah. You see, it's not about what the public sector receives. If the public sector receives, they will be in competition with the private sector, with the private sector system. Now, but if you don't do that, you still leave the private sector stagnating. There is no competition in pricing of salaries and wages. If you create that competition, then now the private sector will say, okay, we are also employing.
Yeah, and adding.
You understand? And then the competition will go. That is one.
Okay, before you mention the second one, maybe we'll quickly take this caller from Ebonyi, very far. Yes, Iboko, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Yes, okay. Let's go ahead, yeah. What are your thoughts?
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I have listened to you, and I have listened to contributors too.
Okay.
There are a lot of factors responsible for what Nigerians are passing through today.
Yes.
It has to do with government policies as it relates to the welfare of the people. The issue of fuel, the issue of dollar is not the main reason why Nigerians are suffering today.
Okay.
It's the government policy that puts Nigerians where they are today. Let me tell you a personal experience last week. I traveled from Abakaliki to Umuahia. I encountered more than 100 checkpoints. And at each checkpoint, the driver is forced to part with money. Sometimes 500, some even insist 1,000. So how do you expect these people to recoup on their investment when they are paying? And there is also another set of people they call produce.
Yeah, produce
on the road. They can arrest you. They can do anything to you. In fact, they have big sticks they use it to hit the vehicles and force the drivers to stop. And any amount they call, that is what the driver will pass with. Okay. And all these taxes relate back to the traders whom the driver is carrying his goods. So the traders will now go back to their stores and inflate the price in order to recoup their investment. So it's about failure in government policies. The taxes in Nigeria is not unified. It's not even defined. Anybody can just go on the road and start collecting taxes without any repercussion.
All right.
So it is the failure of government policy that is what Nigerians are suffering from.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. From, Abia to Ebonyi, right?
Yes.
He wanted to go to Abia. He encountered more than 100 checkpoints. All these are illegal to greater extent. Even if you are securing the road, and assuming it is maybe 100 naira, but he said some collect up to 1,000.
Sure.
Meaning that large chunk of what gets to the driver, is given to these people.
A driver told me that, a lorry driver told me that from Maiduguri to Lagos, he can spend up to 100,000.
On the road?
On the road.
Not on fuel?
Not on fuel. On the road. 500, 1,000, 500. He said he can spend up to 100,000.
100,000?
100,000.
He said to service the road.
He said in recent times, the minimum he has spent is about 70-something thousand. That's the minimum he has spent. Okay, now, I said let's call it a corruption factor. But where you talk about this produce tax people, for a government that says we want to develop agriculture, why would you even impose any tax on agricultural
products? Okay, we'll take Samuel from Taraba. Samuel, welcome to the program, and let's have your thoughts quickly. Yes.
Thank you so much.
All right. Go. Yes, reduce the volume of your TV set.
I've seen.
Reduce the volume of your TV set, Samuel. Reduce the volume of your TV set. Yeah, so that we can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Okay, then go ahead quickly. Yes.
Okay, I've seen the contribution of so many people. So according to mine,
yes,
that based on what is there, is that if the federal government can be able to facilitate all these refineries, if all these refineries can start working properly to start dispensing premium motor spirit, I think the food price in the market will fall. And also the diesel, like this Port Harcourt refinery and Dangote refinery, if they are going to make way to facilitate these industries to start producing premium motor spirit, I think there will be food reduction in the market.
All right. Thank you.
I want the federal government to help.
All right. Thank you very much, Samuel. Thank you for your contribution. I keep wondering that, assuming Nigeria never had oil at all.
See, oil is not wealth. Oil is supposed to be a working capital for wealth. That's how we are supposed to have designed our economy. We sell oil, get the money, invest in certain industries.
Like what other countries are doing.
You do not use oil to get
oil
wealth.
in itself.
Oil in itself.
The money coming from it, no matter how.
It should be the working capital. The money coming from oil should be the working capital. Build modern industries. Today, what we have is technology, energy, iron and steel. Those are the sectors that you should harness. Even in agriculture, the world has gone through 4 different agricultural revolutions. We have transitions.
We are still rudimentary.
Rudimentary.
So, okay, finally, in 1 minute, Jamilu, what is the way forward now so that prices of goods will come down?
I say one, increase wages and salaries.
Will that not lead to inflation? I don't want us to even open another chapter.
At this level, it will not.
Okay.
The second thing is invest heavily. Now we are talking about agriculture.
Yes.
Most of our destinations, export destinations, is Spain, Netherlands. We can reach an agreement with Netherlands. Instead of exporting to bring in dollars, we can export to bring in machineries.
Okay.
50% of our exports should bring us machineries, 50% should bring us the dollars.
So if I understand you, government must go back to drawing board.
Government must go back
strike
to
a balance between fiscal and monetary
policy.
Thank you very much, Jamilu Muhammed, for your informed perspective, and we hope to have you some other time.
Thank you.
And our numerous callers, Lawal Bichi, Jude, Bello, Austin, Samson, Ruben, Iboko, Samuel, and many others who tried to call but could not make it through. We say thank you for your informed perspective on this important program. And that's a wrap on today's package, which we hope you found engaging and informative. And be sure to join Daily Politics airing every weekday and our special package on Friday, during which we open the telephone line for you to comment on national issue as we did today. Join us next week for more interesting programs on Daily Politics. Bye-bye for now. I'm Hamza Idris.